Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show, breakout. As NXT is releasing another women's breakout tournament. We had the men's breakout tournament a couple of years ago. Now NXT is coming out with a female breakout tournament. Plus, two, you see right here, this is going to happen next week. Lash Legend and Cora Jade teaming up. The one common enemy. And we'll tell you later who that common enemy is. She's making her rounds in more ways than one. And plus, two, Joe Gacy. Looking forward to his championship match against Braun Breaker at NXT Spring Breakout next week. Can Joe Gacy do the impossible and become the NXT champion? One time will tell. This Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. It starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. Here again, I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show for the NXT Ring Report. But first things first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe if you can. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. All right. Don't got a little bit dry, but I'm okay. Well, as you see right here, Toxic Attraction, they hold all the gold, the women's champions, the NXT brand, as they pick on Roxy, who known now as Roxanne Perez. It was a lot going on tonight. But first thing first, Alba Fire, who used to be forgot her name. Crap, what's her name here? Haley Ray. Yes. Now WWE repackaged her and called her Alba Fire. Oh God, WWE, all this nonsense. Keep their name. You had a name when she was beginning in the first place. Why all of a sudden you want to change the name? This don't make no sense to me. But there's WWE booking for you. Plus two, the Creed brothers get interrupted by the Viking Raiders. The Viking Raiders getting demoted to NXT. It's like a list of stars trying to rehabilitate their careers. The Viking Raiders was once NXT Tag Team Champions, and now the Creed brothers and the Viking Raiders are at each other's throat. Invitation of Roderick Strong. We'll see what's going on with that. Plus two, is this gonna be a pairing? Tiffany Stratton and Grayson Waller. I can already tell they're gonna be like Miz and Maurice of NXT. Both of them snobbish, narcissistic, and arrogant. So look for that coming forward. Well, Sora Sakai got the win. This one in his match against Trick Williams. Sora Sakai getting himself ready for next week when he goes in the triple threat match against what is that? Kelly Grant. What's his name? Carmelo Hayes in that triple threat match that's coming up next week. Like I said, he's prepping himself for the asking, and we'll see next week in the triple threat match. And a lot of women debuting for the NXT breakout. This is Ariana Grace. Many of you may not know she is, but many of you may recall who her father is. Father is the great Santino Marella. Now she wants to take a snap at being a superstar like her father. We'll see on that. She got the I guess they using her voice. They using her name as like a Ariana Grande type diva. But we'll see. Okay, too. Kaya James. She kind of give you Stephanie McMahon vibes, like a corporate Stephanie McMahon wrestler. So Stephanie McMahon would be proud of if she had a wrestler in the corporate field. Plus two, Shannon Jacobs. All of them young. All of them just want to break out, and we'll see next week how all this pans out with the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament kicks off next week for NXT Breaking In, whatever you want to call it. Plus two, again, Phasma was in action. They won their match with some jobbers, I guess. And two, KC and looking like they're gonna they're winning. They like want to be party girls or party chicks or whatever you want to call it. Plus, Von Wagner with his manager Robert Stone in his corner, attacking folks left and right. We'll see what's gonna happen with that. But the big story of the night was this: Natalya and Last Legend teaming up against Nikita Giant, and they got attacked. But at the end, Roxy came out there to combat Natalya and Nikita James. So we know next week Natalya will be an actual team with Last Legend to take on Cora J and Lakia Lyons. Now, my opinion is on Natalya. She got a tag team partner on SmackDown with Shayna Baszler. You might as well say Last Legend, her NXT tag team partner. And Natalya collecting checks. And then if she went to Raw, I know Tamina will be a tag team partner. They teamed up. They won the women's tag team championships last year. So it kind of makes some sense. Natalya collecting all checks on all brands, if you ask me. Well, good for Natalya. Speaking of that, a family affair, Tony D'Angelo challenged Santos Escobar to a sit down. So I don't know what the sit down going to be, but we'll see next week. As you see right here, these are the matches right here. There's going to be NXT. Nathan Perkins take on Grayson Waller. The Creed brothers take on the Viking Raiders. The sit down meme between Tony D'Angelo and what's his name? Santos Escobar is just heating up as it goes. Plus we know that Roxy wanted to face Mandy Rose. She got an opportunity. Roxy lost in the end when Mandy Rose and Toe and Company, Toxic Attraction, provide the distraction. And at the end, as you see right here, I don't know if she's gonna be challenging for the women's championship, but they was playing hazing with like they was at a slumber party or something. So only time will tell on that. But Mandy Rose wins over Roxy. Roxy might not get the best this week, but she'll get the best sometime next week. Bet you that. Plus two, Joe Gacy playing mental mind games once again on Braun Breaker. And Braun Breaker being here, I guess he's like the new Undertaker or whatever they want to do. He had druids around and they was passing the championship to him like a cheese plate. And he held the championship around knowing that he could be the one next in line to be the NXT champion. On the time with 12 spring break in, they just making Braun Breaker look like he's just being weak to him, like he has Achilles heel or something. When it comes to his dad or something. And it's like everybody you go at his dad, then you'll get under his skin. We'll see, hopefully, but you never know. But we'll see on that. Also, too, that's going to end the NXT Ring Report. Let's move forward. Let's move forward quickly. The hot topics this week. We know that MLW hostess Alicia Atu She's used to be interviewed now. She's a manager. She has re-signed with MLW as an extension. So she'll be with her I guess I don't know if that's her real life boyfriend. I assume they make a good couple to me, and they make a good dangerous couple. Alicia Artel and Richard Holiday. Alicia Artel could be the one to lead Richard Holiday to the MLW World Heavyweight Championship if Richard Holiday plays his cards right. Richard Holiday has the look and the presence to be a world champion if he keeps it up. Plus, two, the Briscoe brothers found a new home. The Briscoe brothers normally would be on Ring of Honor. I don't know if Ring of Honor would accept them, or we know that fiasco with the Briscoe brothers wanting to come to AEW, and it was a lot. The Briscoe brothers didn't get the call that they want. Well, Impact Wrestling stepped up and now has the Briscoe brothers themselves. I mean, the Briscoe brothers are controversial. Don't get me wrong, no question about it. But they are a good tag team. They just have to reel them in. But understand that couple months ago, Tony Khan had concerns, as well as Tony Khan's parent company gets AEW. T and Warner Media had concerns about the Briscoe brothers, about what they said. So there's a lot going on with that. Also, too, reminder is a free match, the Wild Ones, live on Pluto TV. Get to see all these matches. I'm looking forward to seeing them on Pluto TV just coming up this weekend. We'll see that heading forward on Pluto TV. First, too, Plum may mention that Oscar was the last person Becky shared the ring with before she left or started her pregnancy. And now Becky is the first person that Oscar shares the ring as she returns. There was a lot of history between Becky and Oscar going forward. Becky Lynch in a feud now, and not in a feud for a women's championship. Hey, Becky Lynch is a bigger star than the women's title. And also, too, coming up this June, Impact will be celebrating 20 years as a promotion. And they said it was hard to kill. You're right about that. Impact Wrestling was hard to kill. Impact Wrestling survived it the most. And kudos Impact Wrestling. Maybe one day I would own Impact or something. Plus, too, Zaya Quinn, Lynn, or whatever, Zaya Quinn, he has suffered an undisclosed injury, and we don't know what the details is, but hopefully he's okay as he gets better. So we don't know for sure, but hopefully he comes out of it stronger, faster, better. We want to know and all this stuff, and hopefully stuff, you know how it goes. You know how it goes. Um, let's right. Let's try to see some. Okay. And tomorrow night, don't forget AEW Dynamite on TBS. FTR will be. We'll have CM Punk in the special commentary booth. So FTR will battle each other. I'm gonna watch that YouTube video with FTR stories on how their friendship and their bond, their story career as a team, gonna affect tomorrow night's match. Will there be respect, or with the teams show each other respect, leaving off they did before? Time will be tell on that. All right, we're gonna end it with Thickums, Nikita Lyons, and well, we're gonna leave it with this. We're gonna leave it with Joe Gacy holding up the NXT Championship. And could this be an indication? Are we looking at the next NXT, the future NXT champion, Joe Gacy? Or will Braun Breaker emerge victorious? Well, time will tell. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show.